on most fronts. So what's the answer? How does Blacklist respond when Echo just bears down on OHEB?
Well, usually, like, if you look at that, the way that it's spread out, that's like balanced, right? That's literally balanced right there. So I feel like the bases would be covered for Echo's lineup throughout the game. So for Blacklist International, if they want to get this one, a lot of it is going to rely on, can we protect OHEB? Can we keep him alive? Can we get him in the air, right? Can we give him the air time he needs? But it was similar to the previous game. So we'll see if they all unfolds here as we jump into game number 2, Land of Dawn. It's Echo and Blacklist International. Game 1 already in the hands of Blacklist International.
Yeah, I mean, they do have the momentum. They have the advantage in terms of score in the series. But in this game, I do feel like Echo has a higher chance of pulling off the victory here over Blacklist International just because they have a more well-rounded draft and they have answers versus the 1-1.
I'd agree, man. Draft-wise, Echo just has a clearer ramp towards a winning image. As for Blacklist, they're going to have to pull something like what they did in Game 1, you know? Play it from a very specific position, and more likely it's going to come from Agent Zero taking over.
Yeah, anything for the emblems real quick that sticks out here, Midnight?
Well, the Thrift from the Iksha, of course, does help in terms of early game damage. Of course, the Tenacity, allowing him to be more the 1-1. Oh, Renegade. Again, does not help you against the Lolita and Kadita.
What was the Hitman doing so deep?
I'm not sure, and then he got petrified as well right under the turret's range, so that is not where you want to be, right? And with that, it is an early kill, of course, but that goes in the hands of JP. And we know how JP likes to play this Matilda. He's going to be very aggressive, and with that early kill, it gives him a little more of that confidence to move around.
He's a phenomenal Matilda player.
Oh, yeah.
Down bottom, they're pressuring again. The aforementioned kill 1, the Filipino sniper, put down to half health. All right, in this kind of situation, again, where you clearly are winning on some fronts, especially in the early game, I don't mind Martis. Martis seems okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's an answer against the Akai. Does not play well into the Valentina, but it's also okay against the Terizla, because again, you're survivable enough. You do have enough damage from the side of Echo to like allow the decimate factor, but it's not a best pick, right? It's not a best pick for Echo. It does help the Iksha on the back lines. That's the thing. You are still playing into the team fight factor for Echo.
All right, turtle fight breaking out. Immediately the onward, looking for some kills here. There's some wisp laid down. The heavy spin spent up already. Big penalty zone. Cardizzi scores a turtle. How can they convert? They got shields, they got damage, and they got time to say, let's get on out of here. Yeah. Echo happy with that dub.
That's a 63% for you versus the 48 of Sensui.
Yeah, great timing there, too. You know, Sanford almost going down, popping the Primal Wrath exactly when he needed to. Now, the jungle, though.
Oh, they're spacing out Sensui. Put him down onto the ground, and it looks like they don't have enough time to take this orange, though. All right, nice to see some discipline from Echo.
What was that, the decimate, and then just an auto attack from JP or something to clean it up? So
it wasn't enough. Carl was like, oh, that wasn't enough?
A little help, please.
Well, again, this gives JP an advantage in a way, right? Because he's already scaling really well on this Matilda, who is, remember, before Nolan was available, usually always banned out. Yep. So this is going to be a obstacle in itself for Blacklist International to deal with. And meanwhile, again, you're going to find these gold lanes farming up.
That's interesting. Ooh. You don't reflect the wisps back? I mean,
from the Lolita.
But, you know, it doesn't hit the Matilda back.
Well,
maybe they're not from up front,
that's an interesting interaction.
Or
because there's no targeting, right?
Yeah, or there's not enough damage from the wisps just yet for it to show. Again, JP is building a support Matilda. Now, fight breaking out in the bottom lane, canceling out the Circling Eagle, misses the headbutt via flicker, and now they're going to bear down on the Sensui. Oh, Mortal Coil in and out. Not enough of a fight for Echo.
Nominal Blast was just
full barrage coming in, pushing OHEB back.
That's the that's the Iksha 1-1 matchup, by the way. It's really unplayable past.
Oh, up top 2v1.
Sansan.
Sansan. The Sansan duo. But yeah, as you were saying with the matchup there, you know, it's that matchup alone, and the way that works is really they just want to push OHEB off of it, get a little extra gold if they can from that scale up.
Here we go, Circling Eagle by JP, Sanford, and Cardizzi crashing down onto the 3 here. It's a big 6-man tag team matchup up top. Now Edward coming in. Watch out. He has a penalty zone locked and loaded. Where are they going? Oh, there he goes. Catches 2. Numidon blast on Sanford and Cardizzi. Down goes JP. Yue pops him. Now Carl Teasy does not have enough damage as Sanford falls 2 for none so far.
Oh.
Carl Teasy falls, triple kill for the mid lane magician. And now Sanji in trouble as well. Yue smells blood. Is he gonna force it? Oh! Maniac for Yue!
Worth, says Yue.
Hashtag worth. Definitely worth it for Blacklist International immediately claiming 4 kills. And I don't know what Echo was doing but back there. They didn't have the Kadita ult. They didn't have Sanford ult. They were not ready to fight. But they were constantly playing into Blacklist International's hands. And after that, Edward and Renegade, they were like, okay, let's stop this. Let's pull off a Bataan Boy movement and just catch him off guard.
I think that's what they call in the business an audition.
Yeah, it is.
An audition.
They came in one by one.
The Bataan Boy.
And they were the judge.
Oops, Circling
Yeah.
Eagle on the Oheb. Cancels it out. Oh, there is some semblance of damage on Oheb already. Off camera kill on the Yue.
Immediately takes it
What?
back.
All right, they utilized Sanji on this Kadita. They actually got Yue taken care of.
Sanji mad.
Yeah.
Angry.
That's what they got to do, though. You know, at this point, they can't let that kind of get out of hand because even with that, you know, Blacklist International alone is going to play around that, feeling confident with the way they are. And then now they're moving down towards this side because, like Midnight also mentioned, you know, Oheb, he's got some of that damage already.
Whoop.
KP to go in, he's just trying to juke them out at
that's
this
annoying.
point. Yeah.
That's super annoying. Like, Oheb has to constantly recall back.
Yep.
And Renegade has to also babysit this gold lane because JP and Benecuti just have this huge kill threat over the 1-1.
Well, again, I think as the focus in the gold lane kind of happens, one thing's for sure, what we've seen from Ixia before, if she can continue to just farm up like this, right? The most devastating part about it is when you get that full barrage off in these clutch.
Oh, no!
Boom! Down goes Oheb. Full-on combo from Sanji. And Renegade ain't gonna blast his Numenon here as Benny Cutie slays him, converting straight into a tier 1.
I did not know what happened with that bush check.
Okay, we're going to take a breather here. But, you know, just as I was saying about Ixia, then, again, Kadita, the factor. The Kadita factor early game is devastating.
The bushes, man. You have to constantly check it with spells, not with your body. Because if you throw your body there, you're going to swim.
With the fishes.
With the fishes.
You're gonna sleep with the fishes.
Yeah, you're going to be, you know, swimming with, I was going to say Marcus. She's
Kadita.
She's Kadita now.
Well, again, you know, you see a great moment for Blacklist International, and then you have this kind of interaction happen. And then you're like, all right, JP's been flying around for a while now. Then something like that is pulled off. And, you know, you're kind of just left wondering, all right, well, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with a Matilda that's obviously giving the mobility, giving the team what they need, escape routes if they need it? Again, the Ixchia's very vulnerable to being crashed down on, but, you know, when stuff like that is happening, you're kind of left scratching your head in Blacklist International. Because Yue will probably not be able to replicate what he did with the Decimate earlier on.
Yeah, the addition.
Yes, the addition.
Okay, to be fair, that whole sequence with Yue up top scoring the Maniac, that was in part of Echo's overcommitment.
Exactly.
It takes 2 to tango, man. It takes 2 to tango.
That's why it's going to leave you like scratching your heads if you're Blacklist International, because at this point, you're constantly reacting to the gold lane and you're not even able to make any movements with the Akai. And Carl DZ is just, you know, roaming around the map contesting Sensui all together while both Benecuti and Sanford is able to farm up. And these two heroes are huge damage dealers in the late game. While on the opposition, you only have the 1-1 to do that for you.
All right, now back into the action here. Last Turtle fight for game number 2. Turtle at less than half health here, coming in. There's an Earth Shatter, looking for a big one. Turtle in Retribution range. Carl DZ scores. Heavy spin by Sensui. Spacing out Sanford. Edward here, a fifth of his health. Down he goes. Carl DZ with a Decimate. Sensui
one
in
more.
Decimation range. Not going to get him. Instead, going to commit Grand Theft Orange.
Yeah.
Okay, securing that objective.
He calculated properly.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, nah, not enough. Not enough damage.
Not going to force it.
Yeah. But again, as you can see, there's huge disconnect where the way that Blacklist International wants to play their team fight versus Echo, they don't have that reach over the Ixia in the backlines. They don't also do enough in front of the Martis. And JP is just super annoying to deal with because he's just constantly flying around over BLACKLIST International.
Well, at one point, too, as the game goes on, you know, Sanji's not going to have that impact where it's an automatic, you know, combination with the Petrify and the Rough Waves to get a kill, especially as the items come through for BLACKLIST International. So, you know, with that, as you see this transition, especially with the Lord coming up here, okay, since we're going to spot him out, that's kind of the best solution to check the bushes, right? Use Sensui, but still, it could be troublesome. JP going to take a trip around, a little lap. But again, for BLACKLIST International, you got to start utilizing OHEB, right? This is where it is crucial.
How though?
Again, you have to just find your own angle. If that's if it's Renegade, I think that's the big question for me in the Lolita because
oh, they
already
force out a
getting
flicker out of the Hitman. I think what you're trying to say, Joseph, is maybe it's Ubi time, but it might be too soon for Ubi time because all of them are going to have to suffer just to protect OHEB.
Basically, BLACKLIST International here has to group up, hope for the best, and Echo making a mistake. Because if you look at how Echo is composing their team fight, it's always Carteasy, Sanford, and JP in the front, right? And you want to be able to get your stacks in these targets, like OHEB has to hit those weakness stacks against these three heroes, but you do not have the ability to transfer them anymore. So you sort of still have to deal with these heroes. But if you look at the side of BLACKLIST International, they don't have any they don't have any other choices left. It's just the 1-1.
Yeah, it's basically crunch time, and OHEB just does not have the privilege to do that. BLACKLIST just can't work for it now. JP coming in from the back. Gonna hit the circling eagle on the 3, cancels it on the way down. In comes Insui with a headbutt. Lord here at left half. Edward coming into the penalty zone, popping OHEB. Sanji gets a kill, and here we go. Full barrage from Echo. Down goes Edward. Down goes Renegade. Down goes Yue. 40 gets but Sensui with the Ultra Instincts Retribution steals away the Lord.
Hanging with the best. Sensui gets the Lord, but Echo, they're just going to run it down mid.
Is this endable?
5 seconds for OHEB though.
Oh, I think they're going to at least pop the inhibitor. Sensui here going to receive the circling eagle.
They don't care. They don't care.
Folks, we are going to have to just wait until the perk gets popped. There it is.
All right.
Time rift.
Time rift. We traveled a little bit, but it looks like, Echo is just going to be like, you know what? They did get the turret. So they got the turret down, and they're happy with it. Now, this Lord, first one, great take from Sensui.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can do anything with that, though.
I mean, maybe pull off more of those Lord steals from the Akai. Maybe do it 3 more times. But late game, it's still a huge problem. Like, even with the 1-1, standing in the front lines, you'd start getting immortalities on the side of Echo. So the crossbow of that thing does not matter in the late game. See, just 3 hits.
All right, back. Sanji pops Yue with a full combo, already forcing out a penalty zone from Edward. Carteasy putting on stacks, hitting him left, right, forcing back BLACKLIST International, now living in their jungle in the purple buff. Oh, Sensui's not even going to taste this purple here.
Okay, they get away. OHEB also able to get back to the base. Again, that Lord, as great as it was as Sensui got it, it resulted into pretty much nothing.
Look at Carteasy.
Yeah.
Invading solo.
I'll take everything. Did he get it?
Oh.
He did.
I'll do it myself.
All right. And they continue to fight. Oh no, this could go sour. Circling Eagle from JP, knocking up 3. And there's a headbutt from Sensui. Not enough damage. Here we go. That's 5 members of BLACKLIST International. Benny Cutie spacing himself out. They're going to try to take this tier 2 up top. Carteasy CCing Sensui. Oh, they're taking their time. Barrage!
Okay, the block's there.
They're good. They're good.
The block's there.
All right, this is quite the footsie game up top, man. Nothing happened.
That's the scariest thing. Like, even with the block there, you saw how much damage the full barrage did, right?
Yeah.
It took the full barrage and made it a 1/4 barrage in essence, but it still hurt.
Fractions.
And that is, yes, it became a fraction in itself.
And
so that's the tough thing.
The sad part is Renegade has to constantly do this every single fight. How do you initiate? How do you defend? How do you re-engage if you're in constant 24/7 duty of just protecting the the 1-1 with the bulwark?
You know,
or sorry, the what's it called? The barrier.
Yeah, the Guardian's Reflection.
Yeah, the Guardian's Reflection.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the military officer from the West who says he can do it all day. Renegade can't. Renegade has to do so many things in this game to actually claw back for Blacklist.
You constantly see JP, just flying around, roaming free. He feels the air, he feels the freedom. Renegade is locked into that responsibility.
Oh, Sensui caught here with an onward. Carteezy looking to land in with a decimation, not enough to kill him. Heavy spin from Sensui, spacing out, dispersing Echo. And there's a big fight. Numenon Blast. Full barrage from Benny Cutie. Down goes Oheb. Down goes Edward. 2K for Big Benny. 3 down. Sensui and Yue left to defend. Carteezy uses his retribution, slowing him down. There's all 5 members of Echo left. I think the call is endable.
They're diving. They're
Run
diving.
it down mid. This is 1 hit away here, but they're going to wait for the next wave.
Sensui knocked up into the air, taken down. Echo are waiting for a wave. Yue here gets hit with a decimation. Gonna pop Carteezy's immortality. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orcas even the score 1-1.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. And now we're even out. It's 1-1. Wow.
It pains me.
It pains